Hi, everybody. Um, okay. YNR's doing pretty good. We finally got some movement on one storyline, and then we have some movement on the other storyline, but I just don't like it. So there's that. Okay. The movement I'm talking about is that Sally finally put her foot down and listened to Audra, which it kind of scares me when Audra is the voice of reason. But she said, okay, so you have to start acting like Billy's not going to be there. And that means start making decisions. So then Sally finally did make a decision and she hired Audra as part of her team. And then she said, Audra said, well, what about Jill? What if she doesn't like it? And then Sally said, well, I'll manage it if it happens. Um, so finally, yay, Sally got some chutzpah today. All right, keep it. All right. Um. Okay. Number two, the storyline with Dom and the fact that Mariah took her own child, basically because I have to go back in the story a little bit and then I'll go back to today. Okay. The storyline where Abby and Devon had their child is so convoluted that you need a map to follow this. Okay. So, for some unknown reason, Abby couldn't carry a child, right? And then Chance couldn't, you know, um, make a child either. I'm just trying to be nice, okay? And so they needed Devon and Abby, right? Or yeah, hold on. The Mariah carried the child, but it was supposed to be surrogacy, but it got all mixed up in the beginning, and then finally it kind of like settled out. But then I should have thought about this way before. But okay, first of all, just a few disclaimers. Number one, taking someone else's child is wrong. Just FYI. Don't think about it. Don't do it. Most people wouldn't even think about it, but just in case, don't do that. Okay. Number two, um, just because you want a child and because you feel like you're missing something because the child that you gave birth to isn't living with you doesn't mean that you just take someone else's kid that you agreed to let them raise. Okay. Oh, and then also, just no kids were harmed in this. I'm sure. I mean, it was a setting, and the parents knew, and the kid was okay with it, and yada yada yada. Okay, I've covered all the bases. Okay. So then, okay, the only positive I can say for this, because I saw it coming from a mile away, is that Melissa Ordway and Brighton James should get Emmy nominations for this because they play frantic parents really well. However, I wish I could see a range for them, but that's not going to be possible because guarantee it, as soon as the storyline is over, they go bye bye for another year, maybe two. Okay? Just prepare yourself. Don't get used to seeing these people on screen. I'm warning you. Okay. Number two. Let's see. About there's not much else to talk about today because, I mean, Sally made some move. Oh, I forgot. Like, this is the thing I almost forgot. Okay. It has to do with Audra again, but about her personal life. Because Audra is doing the thing that I don't like that some women do and some men do too. Okay. I'm not being any kind of like all sexes are welcome here. Okay. Um, because what I'm talking about is okay, say you break up with somebody, or say somebody breaks up with you. Okay. They don't have the right to then want you back after they've broken up with you. That's not how it works. Okay, now for all the naysayers out there, I know it's possible for the person to get back together with the other person through some organic whatever. Okay, I know that's possible. Usually, though, you break up with somebody and you don't want to see them again and whatever. Okay, and even if they do, they don't have the right to be pining over you and make you feel weird and awkward because you're seeing somebody else. Last I checked, this is a free country and you can date whoever you want as long as you're not married. You know, because, well, I mean, in theory, a marriage is usually between two people, and those people agree to date each other, but no one else. That's the usual. I know there are other circumstances. I'm just saying, okay? So Audra, honey, you messed that thing up so bad that he's not coming back to you. Okay, you lied to him. You lied to him for months. You held stuff back. And then when he begged and pleaded with you to tell him anything, you wouldn't tell him anything. And then you almost like gaslit him about, you're just imagining this. Come on, girl. You can't do that. So yeah, they had to have the awkward, hi, how you been thing. Because Audra was eyeing the table where Nate and Victoria were sitting down and just having dinner and stuff and talking. And they were talking about all the stuff that Victoria and her family are going through. There was no romantic anything. Not that I saw anyway. Maybe there might have been like for 2 seconds, but I swear I didn't see it. Okay. So Audra has already created this thing in her head, like a vision scenario in her head that he jumped back to be with Victoria after they broke up. Which, if he did, okay, I'm gonna cover the other side too. If he did, so be it. He broke up with you because you lied to him and you played games with him, and not in the good way, and all the other stuff he did. So, Audra, cry me a river, honey. Just so yeah, and then of course the storyline is going to be for the Dominic thing. Of course they're gonna find him or whatever language they want to put on it, but I don't know how long it's gonna take, and if it's gonna have any weight, meaning any kind of whatever, believability. Okay, like believability and like reality. Then they're not just gonna poof find him. It's gonna take a while. So that's what we have to look forward to so far. As far as that storyline. As far as any others, I don't know if any others are coming up this week because there's only 2 days left. And I'm trying to remember the stuff I saw in the spoilers, and I didn't really see too much else. Oh, like I said, we might get an update on Jill's condition, but everybody seems to know that her health is taking a turn for the worse, but they don't know what it is, and they don't know like any of the details. So I'm waiting on details. It's really what I'm waiting on. So, all right, bye everybody.